Hello, I'm Alan. Welcome to Serling Zone. Here we are back at the Phantasy Star Online ruins base with the alien human hybrid character Zero. He's come back here to the Pioneer 2 ruins to see what artifacts they found. They contacted him and he's come back, and they made a statue of it, which by the description you'll know now what it is. There it is, it's the dragon from the boss of the forest levels. I'm pleased with how it's come out. It's taken a bit of time messing around doing it. Let's go into photo mode. And there's the dragon. I'm saying I'm pleased how it's come out. Obviously I'm a bit biased because I did it, but I'll give myself an 8 out of 10 I think. I've been playing it on the GameCube with a couple of the new characters that I've made, and going around the forest and getting to the dragon and dancing around it with a notepad and paper and trying to draw it and some of the features of it, which I've fought it so many times I never even realised it had two tails. But yeah, so I'm pleased I've got some of the features of it, and also I'm very pleased with the amount of movement I've got into it. I've had it sometimes before and it was just too solid and just still, but now I've got a nice bit of movement in it. It looks like it's about to fly off, or it's just come down from the sky and sort of crashed into the ground and about to, all the red in its mouth, or it's about to spew out a load of flames all over you. But yeah, the two tails, so I've got that feature of it, and at the end of the two tails there is like some white spear bits on the end, so I put that on there. On its neck and running down on the body, it's got lots of sort of hooked spikes, which it can't do hooked spikes, but I put these lamps, which, I mean, you can only get the orange colour of them, but I think they represent, I'm quite happy that they represent like the spikes on its neck and back. And the wings, I had them sort of flat before, they just didn't look good, so I bent them a bit like that, which I'm happy with. I mean, it looks like he might be a bit double jointed to bend his wings like that, but it gives a good effect. And the head was the other part I tried to get as close to as I could. I mean, watching it in the game, he's got a very sort of lizard triangular head with the lower jaw quite low, and you know, not too much of a lower jaw, so I've tried to get that as good as I can with like a triangular shape of the head. I had put those blocks there, which they're the hardest block in the game to try and click into place. They always want to go anywhere that other than what you want, but it does overhang a bit. But then again, when I looked at it, I thought actually, you know, that could almost be like flared nostrils as well. So, but it does give the good effect of the angular head and the ears there. And the last bit I did was I wanted to get the horn, because he's got a single horn on his head that curves like a bit like a scimitar shape, that goes thicker where it starts and then thinner, but there's no way the blocks you can get to do that. I tried a number of ways and it just, as soon as I put it down I was sort of feeling my stomach, no, it's not right. And I tried like the normal size blocks and the smaller blocks, and I was using this block originally just to kick it off the straight, and then I had it with like the circular blocks and the pointed end, but it just looked like a rocket. And then at last resort I started clicking them together, and I thought actually that's I was happy with that in the end. It's a good sort of compromise to the horn that it has, because they're sort of triangular. It doesn't look too blocky. It almost looks like a sort of twisted type horn, but I got a bit of a point to it as well. So in the end, I was pleased with that I managed to get that feature on it. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. The dragon, which represents, like I say, the dragon from Phantasy Star, and also the game I'm playing at the moment, Dragon Quest XI. Represents all dragons in adventure games, because nearly every adventure game you have a dragon, don't you? Like Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Dogma, Skyrim. I mean, if you're like me, an older gamer, it's probably the first adventure game you played was on the Atari VCS, which was called Adventure, and there was a little dragon in there that you had to get the chalice from. I mean, you was only like, the character was only a square, and I think the dragon, from memory serves me, was only like a square with a circle on the top and a couple of lines for a mouth. But there's a game that wants a remaster. Look, Atari VCS Adventure. Yeah, so he represents all the dragons you get in the adventure games. But Dragon Quest XI, I'm having so much fun playing that. I highly recommend it. I'm about 80 hours in, and great. I'll say I'm not going to spoil it by saying any of the story or the characters, but it's superb and very emotional. I've been smiling and happy and sad, and tears rolling down my face. I mean, it doesn't take much actually for tears to roll down my face. I seem to get a bit of a soppy git as I get older, but I highly recommend it. Really good game. So pleased with it. I've done really well with RPGs lately. Tales of Berseria, now Dragon Quest XI. I got Ys 8 to play. I downloaded that when it was on sale. I've got that to play sometime. So it's a great time for role-playing games at the moment. I'm just keeping the faith that one of these days I'm going to be coming online and saying, yes, we've heard the news, they're doing a new Phantasy Star. And I'll change my tune actually. On the other video I said, I'm not too bothered if they remastered Online 1 or 2, but I'd be happy if they did Phantasy Star Online 1 and 2 on the PS4. Play it with new graphics. Yeah, I'd be happy if they did. So I'm going to keep the faith. I'm doing my bit here, uploading these little videos. Hopefully someone will see it and they will think, yeah, Phantasy Star, look into it. And maybe Sega will change their mind. Get some nice shots. Oh, there's a nice shot at night time. I'm pleased how this base has come on, just from the little sort of acorn of planting it and doing that base and getting round to uploading it and then re-putting it down after the update, and then because it was being able to put all these different statues, and it's really growing into a nice base. Well, some of them are a bit similar, obviously the Rappies and the two canines, but yeah, that's a nice picture there of the whole base there now at night time. We've got the Parne 2 ruins, we've got the Nar Lily there, the Owl Rappy, 2 Power Rappies, Canine and Canidin, and now we've got the dragon there, howling there with the moon above him. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.